Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Tracy with JDL Threads. Thank you for joining me, any new and returning viewers. Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a great Friday. Today is Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. So in today's tutorial, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a gym shoe applique embroidery design. I did get this design off of Etsy, and let me show you what I'm going to do to be putting this together. I'm going to be using my flannel shirt with a hood that I got off of, you guessed it, Temu. Got this off Temu. I really liked it because it had this hood on it. It's not really all that thick, but you know, it's my favorite color, purple, and it's a flannel shirt, so it will keep me warm. I'm going to use it while I am at work when I get a little chilly. We're also going to be using our 11 by 13 mighty hoop. We're going to be needing some cutaway stabilizer, and we're going to be using some turquoise heat transfer vinyl, glitter vinyl, and some gray heat transfer vinyl to put our design together. Now, this is the design that I did get off of Etsy. It was one applique gym shoe. And actually what I'm going to do is, because I want a set of shoes, I have just this one that I tested out. And then I'm also going to put another gym shoe on top. So at that point in the video, I'll probably just speed that up so that you won't be bored with just watching this whole process stitch out, because I think it does take almost an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this stitched out. Let's go on ahead and get our jacket hooped up so we can get it ready for our embroidery machine. Come on over with me to my craft table. All right, everybody, so I'm over at the craft table now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my cutaway stabilizer and I'm going to lay it on the top of the bottom part of my mighty hoop, like so. All I'm going to do then is I'm going to take my flannel hoodie and I'm just going to lay it, eyeball it, center it into my hoop. I could use my Hoop Master Station, but I think I can just pretty much eyeball this and still get a good placement. So we're going to eyeball it. Right, so it does have a seam on that hood. We're going to use that for reference, like so. I'm going to push it up just a little bit more, because when my hood falls down, I want to be able to see my design if my hood is down and not up on my head. So we're going to put my design a little bit more towards the bottom instead of all the way in the center. Okay, so I'm going to push it up just a little bit more. There we go. Make sure that I got my stabilizer good under there and it's not moving around. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see. This is going to be my center right here. So let me just check that with my hoop. Scoop that over just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're just going to go ahead and put our top part of our mighty hoop onto our shirt. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the bottom. Well, that doesn't look too good because my cutaway stabilizer moved underneath there. It's a little bit too far from the top. So let me go ahead and rehoop that. I think that's better. Let's try it again, everybody. We're just going to go ahead and put the top of our mighty hoop down. Let me make sure I just have almost 2 hands and 2 hands here to get that in the center. Okay, that looks good. And we're just going to go ahead and put that hoop down on the top. All right, and that looks much, much better, everybody. Much better. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to go ahead and head over to our embroidery machine. And we're going to go ahead and get this stitched out. Okay, everybody, we are over to our RICOMA MT1501 embroidery machine. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my mighty hoop inserted into the frame of my RICOMA embroidery machine. And you know, it probably would be easier for me to flip this thing upside down and have the hood facing out this way versus the hood facing in that way, but it's all good. I'm just gonna pull it up a little bit and roll it back. Make sure it doesn't get caught up in nothing. And I already have my colors loaded in, so we're gonna just go ahead and do a trace here. Let me see to make sure that I'm not going to hit my hoop. It should be good. That's why I did switch to my 11 by 13 hoop, the bigger one. You guys know that I don't change the hoops all the time, but I didn't want to take no chances of my design hitting the frame with my 10 by 10 hoop. So I did go ahead and switch it out to the 11 by 13 mighty hoop today. So let's go ahead and do our trace. And I'm just going to push it up just a tad and do a trace again. All right, everybody, and that looks good. So let's go ahead and get started stitching out our design. Here we go. Oops, looks like I forgot to put the frame out on, you guys. So let me go ahead and put that back on number 1 and 2. And then I'm going to frame the machine out so I can go ahead and lay my vinyl down so that it can stitch on top of that vinyl. All right. See, it's now framed out. Now, since we're going to be using the heat transfer vinyl with the embroidery machine, it does have the good side and it has the carrier sheet on the back. So what we are going to want to do is we are going to want to take off this carrier sheet because we don't want that to stitch down. So I'm just going to make sure that I have just enough vinyl to cover everything up. And then I'm going to take that back off. So I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so I went ahead and I peeled off the vinyl, the good vinyl from the carrier sheet here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it down on the top of my part of my gym shoe that I want to be appliqued. I'm just going to put down a little heat transfer vinyl tape so that my tape don't move, so that my vinyl doesn't move when it goes to do that stitch out on top of that shoe. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and frame my machine back in. And I'm going to go ahead and hit start so we can get our outline stitch traced around our shoe. We first did our outline stitch. Now we're going to do our tag down stitch on top of my vinyl. So I'm going to hit start to do my tag down stitch. And wouldn't you know it, every time I get ready to start a video, my threads just always get to acting crazy. So let me go ahead and put that thread back in there, you guys. Give me 1 second. All right, so the tag down is done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now and just cut around my shoe here so that we can get ready for when our satin stitches need to be laid down. So let me go ahead and cut that out with you guys. Normally, if it's a big complicated, tedious applique design, then I like to cut it out with my Cricut Maker machine, but this one is not too bad. So I'm just gonna carefully cut as close to this line as I can without getting on my stitches. And I don't like to really rip the vinyl because I don't want it to lift up, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut. But that's your preference if you don't want to cut and you want to rip. Either way works fine. I just like to have more control over where my vinyl is going to be as far as close to that line. So that I don't actually lift it up a little bit. Okay, and there we go. All right, you guys, so what I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get my little mini iron out, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and iron it down because it looks a little puffy right now, and I don't wanna iron it later once I get my embroidery on there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a good little press right now. Got my little mini iron, and I'm going to give it a little press. All right, ladies and gentlemen, And I think my little iron is heated up now. So I did go ahead and put my little heat glove on. So I'm going to hold the bottom of my shirt while I just press the top of my vinyl down with my little iron. I think it's hot enough. Maybe I'll just put my carrier sheet back on top, since that's the way it's done when we do our pressing with our heat press. We'll just go ahead and do it that way too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that looks good to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take off my carrier sheet. Yeah, and that looks much flatter now. I'm going to just frame back in my embroidery hoop, and we're going to continue on with our design. Here we go. All right, once again, we have to frame out so we could put our next piece of vinyl on. Let me just scoot the camera back so you guys can see here. Our next color is going to be this gray for the circle here. So we're going to put this little piece on. We're going to peel back our carrier sheet just like we did on the turquoise color. We're going to lay it down. We're going to frame back in our hoop. And this time I'm just going to hold my tweezers down so that my vinyl doesn't move, everybody. Here we go. All right, framed out one more time so that we could cut around our circle. So let me just quickly cut around my circle here. Okay, got that up, and then one more time I'm just going to go ahead and get my little iron ready, and I'm going to press down that little spot so it won't be shifting all around. And then I won't have to press it once all my stitches get laid down. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that now. Everybody might do it a little bit different. Some people might like to press afterwards. You can press now. It's just a preference, whatever you like to do. And I'm just going to go ahead and, excuse me, get it pressed now. All right. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to lift it up. Excuse me. I'm going to frame back in my hoop, and then we're going to continue. And actually I have this on number 3, which is a lighter pink, and I think I want to go ahead and just put that on 11. Which is the darker pink. So we're going to roll that over to the number 11. I'm always changing my mind midstream, you guys. Okay, everybody, and with that, my design is all complete. So let me go ahead and clean up my stitches, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. How gorgeous is that? And we have our 2 gym shoes, applique embroidered gym shoes that we made from our 1 applique embroidery design. We just flipped the other shoe up on the top again, you guys, with our nice pair of chucks for our purple flannel shirt with our hood. And I'm getting kind of high right now, so I'm going to have to go hurry up and take this thing off. But explore the possibilities, everybody. Keep on doing what you love to do, stitching, crafting, sublimating, using heat transfer vinyl, stickers, whatever it is. Keep it up, everybody. Keep having fun with whatever you like to do. And let me just take this off and show you guys one more time how nice that came out. And with that, everybody, this concludes my video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.